Hello, welcome to Watan الكرامة news channel. It is 9 p.m. our time for top stories, and we start with the latest developments in the Libyan state. Parliament Speaker Aguila Saleh Guider arrived in the Saudi capital Riyadh to take part in the 4th summit of Arab and South American countries, which kicks off later in the day. Media advisor for Parliament Speaker Fath al-Marimi said in a press conference statement that through his participation, Parliament Speaker will introduce many of the political, economic and military topics of interest to Libya and the countries participating in the summit. Moreover, this participation came within the framework of full recognition of Parliament legitimacy by the international community, as this represents a slap against militias and terrorist groups. Parliament member Saudi Arabia stressed that starting the roadmap is an alternative solution in case of the absence of representatives' agreement on a decision regarding the national unity government. Arabia said that most of the Parliament members support putting a roadmap for the current phase, adding that he will work to establish a high commission for the elections and choose the head of the new government instead of the current Prime Minister. Arabia reported that national unity government will not pass by voting by agreement. 40 Libyan women from inside and outside Libya met in the Swiss center of Montreux to discuss what is the role and contribution of them in the building of the new Libya. Sources said that both of the Swiss Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Bureau for Arab States of the UN Women Department have facilitated this conference, which is being held over 2 days. The participants said providing a safe opportunity for Libyan women who are aiming at promoting peace and preparing an action plan to take vital steps in order to bring peace to their countries. Libyan armed forces seized control of the air defense camp in Sidi Faraj in Benghazi, which is the latest concentration of terrorist groups' positions. Military sources said that the army had made significant progress in Sidi Faraj area and seized control of a number of sites, where noting that the oil planes launched several raids on terrorist group sites in this region, as oil planes carried out strikes directly on the 3 districts. On the still Libya interim government issued a decision to allocate 4 million Libyan dinars for the benefit of the constituent body to draft a constitution. The government called on the Ministry of Finance and Planning of liquefying the allocated money to the commission, but to be deducted from the amount of provisions for Cordex in the current year's budget in accordance with the rules and regulations in force. Jordan's Labid municipality asked us to authorize Benghazi as a second capital of the country. Saleh Abu Qatish said that the municipal council sent a message to the body in accordance with Article 188 of the Libyan constitution and in recognition of the position of historical positions of Benghazi. He added that the message came in support of demands of the members of the body in most of the eastern region who have adopted these requirements. Benghazi police arrested one of the cells of terrorist groups inside one of the neighborhoods in the city, said deputy head of the rescue department in Benghazi. The rescue department succeeded in arresting 3 members of the terrorist groups within the city, one of them from the city of Ajdabia and the other from El Kufra, and the third from headquarters of Tagura refugees. Major Al-Amami said that when during investigation they confessed to being members of terrorist groups. Local sources said that elements of Tunisian women joined the terrorist Daesh group Condil and Nufalia town. A source said that 2 Tunisian women flagged down a citizen and his wife in the eastern gate of Sirte and asked the wife to cover her face and to be committed to the legal veil as an ongoing basis of Islam. Arab League leaders arrived in the Saudi capital of Riyadh today to attend the summit of South America Arab countries. Saudi Arabia's King Salman greeted the leaders upon their arrival, including Iraqi President Fuad Massoum, Jordan's King Abdullah, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro. 21 Arab countries and 13 South American countries are set to take part in the summit in Riyadh. Arab foreign ministers held emergency talks yesterday ahead of the summit to condemn Israel Israel for the recent eruption of violence in the region and held talks with their South American counterparts. Saudi Foreign Minister Adel Jubeir addressed the foreign ministers, outlining the strong economy of Saudi Arabia and the role it plays in the global economy. Jubeir also thanked the South American countries for their positive stance on the Palestinian cause and the recognition of a Palestinian state within the 1967 borders. And now we transfer to Yemen. 70 Houthi rebels were killed during fighting with the popular resistance in the Yemeni city of Taiz. Moreover, airstrikes hit Yemeni broadcasting building as clashes erupt in Taiz. In other developments, loyalists of Yemen's President Abdurrahman Mansour Hadi and Houthi fighters clashed in Taiz as each side tried to take control of the strategic city, but one pro-Hadi commander said his side was making gains. More than 50 people have been killed in Yemen in the latest 2 days in fighting between an Arab coalition backing Hadi's forces and Houthi fighters backed by troops loyal to former President Ali Abdullah Saleh, medical sources and residents said. In Taiz, Yemen's third largest city, medical sources noted that 29 people, including 8 civilians, were killed in the clashes, where relief workers have stopped fighting, have blocked food supplies, and left thousands of people in extreme hunger. And now we talk about the Russian plane crisis. Egypt and Russia rejected an offer from the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation to help in the investigation of the fall of the Russian plane in the Sinai Peninsula. Moreover, Russian Emergency Ministry workers and Egyptian security forces said laid flowers on the crash site of a Russian plane and that went down in Egypt last week, killing all 224 passengers. A video released by the Emergency Ministry showed officers holding a moment of silence in front of wreckage of the Airbus A321 before laying down red roses near children's book and choosing tribute to the victims of the crash. The ceremony was attended by Egyptian Defense Ministry spokesman Mohammed Lutfi, who expressed his condolences to the Russian people and vowed Egypt would cooperate fully with Russian rescuers, according to the Russian ministry. My audience, that is the wrap-up of our top stories for today. For much more, you can check our website www.watanelkarama.tv. Thanks very much for being with us. My greeting, Rانيا البليدي.